Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Fumble Sports Daily Show. It is so wonderful to have you on this Friday, July 21st. We have a loaded show to get to, a lot of picks, a lot of research, rants, and everything else for this Sports Friday. So excited about today. We obviously have some action this weekend as well. We have our Formula One expert coming on later in the show to give us all we need to know about the Hungarian Grand Prix. We'll touch back on what our NASCAR experts said yesterday for the race at Pocono on Sunday. But of course, we crack into the weekend series for baseball games. There's a WNBA game tonight as well. And we are closing in on a winner near close. We're one or two picks away from getting our Celebrity Shot winner for the month of July contest. Welcome into the Fumble Sports Daily Show. So happy to have you all with us. If you're new to our content, if you're new to Fumble Sports, welcome. We're a content company created by a sports fan for sports fans. We love talking sports. Make sure you follow us. Make sure you subscribe. Of course, hit the like button on the video. We love to have you as a part of this amazing, growing sports fan community. Now, with that said, I do want to give our disclaimer as we do at the start of every show. We are not a sports book. We're not endorsed by any sports book. We're just sports fans having a lot of fun talking sports. There are some websites that we go to get an edge on some sports gambling, fantasy sports, or other things. Those websites aren't sports books. We do talk a lot of sports gambling. If you do have a problem, make sure you reach out to 1-800-GAMBLER. We want to make sure this is for fun, this is for entertainment, but doesn't get out of control. So if you do have a problem, that's where you can go. Of course, we love helping you out. If you need to learn a little bit more, if you're just a little slow to the party, we are happy to bring you along, teach you some terms, help you out, and make sure you're as knowledgeable a sports fan as possible. Again, whether it's just talking sports, sports betting, or fantasy sports, we are here for all sports fans. Again, make sure you hit that follow button, make sure you're subscribing, and of course, make sure you like all of our videos. We are here. If you guys ever want to reach out, contact us, buttfumblesports.com. You can DM us, buttfumblesports on Instagram, or reach out at sportsfumble on Twitter. We are going to do a mock draft later in the show, so if you guys want to be a part of the mock draft later in the show, make sure you guys hit us up on YouTube or on Instagram. Those are the two ways that we will give out the link for our mock draft later in the show. We're going to do an NFL mock draft. To help you guys out, make sure you hit us up on Instagram, Fumble Sports on Instagram. I'll give out the link there, or you can go to our YouTube live stream. The link will be pinned there. So one of those two ways, hit the link, claim your team. We will do that mock draft at about 1:30 Eastern time, so in about an hour and a half. So great to see so many familiar faces. Fill up the comment section. Macy Toru, Mike Oxlong, Jorge, Vanilla Sports. So great to see Vanilla Sports in here. Great supporter of our content. Joe Warren as well. Let's get it on. Funny enough, those names you see in the comment section, apart from Vanilla Sports, who's just a great sports fan, Macy Toru, Mike Oxlong, Jorge, Joe Warren, they have been dedicated participants in our contest, as well as Dante over on YouTube. Great to see you. We have a number of you great competitors putting in the work every day for our July Celebrity Shot contest. Want to shout out a few of you who had good days yesterday. Big shout out to Jorge, who went 2-0. Big shout out to Joe Warren, who went 2-0. And big shout out to Macy Toru, who went 2-0. And with those 2-0 results, things are getting tight, everybody. At the top of the leaderboard, we'll focus here first. It is Jorge, 2 wins away from claiming our first ever Celebrity Shot contest, this being for the month of July. Jorge, a 2-0 day, and you have the prize. Joe Warren is in second with 17 wins. Macy Toru in third with 16. Not too far behind is Dante with 15. So a couple of bad days by Joe Warren, Jorge, and Macy Toru, and Dante could still find a way to claim the winning spot. That said, final few days clearly of this contest as we get down to the nitty-gritty. How did we do overall yesterday? We've had 2 back-to-back kind of 500 days. Would really like to find a way to get back to that 65, 67% clip that we've been hitting at. Overall, we're 34. We went 34 and 31 yesterday. MLB game picks, we were just on too many two-sided plays. MLB props kind of the same way. WNBA was decent, but as you can tell, just kind of a 500 day, a slightly above, but not good enough for us. The parlay plays went really well. I'm always happy to see those hitting at a higher percentage, so to go 10 and 2 on those, very happy about that. Long ball, long shots of the day. Funny enough, we gave out Matt Olson. I even said to you guys, I feel like Austin Riley's going to hit a home run, but I'm not going to put him on the board because I already have Ozzie Albies and Matt Olson. He hit a home run. That's the world we live in. Sometimes sports betting, you have an instinct, you don't go with it, and you end up hitting yourself in the butt fumble in the process. Oh well, that's what happens. You guys went 9 and 7 yesterday. That is yesterday's results. We need to clear that out, everybody. It is a new day. It is Friday. It's going to be a great weekend, and we've got picks to get into, research to do, and of course, a lot of sports to talk. So everybody, settle in, hit the follow button, hit the like button. You know you want to be a part of this great community here. You know you want our picks, and of course, we want to get your picks. So let's get to work, everybody. Shout out to all of you for joining us. Top Dog, wonderful to see you. And Dante, immediately jump into the show like you guys do every day. Let's get Top Dog on the board right away. Top Dog giving out a celebrity shot pick right away. We'll get to the celebrity shot picks on YouTube in 1 second. He is taking, Top Dog, this is what I love when I see some of your celebrity shot picks. I love seeing you guys start to not necessarily tail my picks, but tail my research. And I love seeing that because you have Wilson Contreras on a strikeout. I do as well. And it was just one in which you never know. This is just me being a super sports nerd and trying to dive into some good trends. Love to see that you're doing the same. You also do have the Twins no run in the first inning, and that is the White Sox and Twins no run in the first inning. I have that as well. I'll put that one up on my board as a freebie follow. We're doing the same thing here. I'm taking White Sox, Twins, no run in the first inning on that game. You also had Wilson Contreras on a strikeout. Yeah, Wilson Contreras on a strikeout. I had in my notes as well. Over half a strikeout, 69%. It's going off at minus 225. I am total tailage right here. I am all about this. I'll separate it just so we can keep a little bit of distance from our player prop bets. And that's Wilson Contreras over half a strikeout. I am so there. Great find. Love it. Good job. Okay, we are off and running with our picks, everybody. Let's get to work. Elliot Robinson. By the way, IP Shade 45 just dropped a ton of confetti, so we got to get the broom out, clean that up, and while we're doing that, we'll give out some picks. Deadpool, thank you as well for dropping confetti. So we've got picks to give out. Let's get Elliot Robinson, celebrity shot pick, up on the board. Elliot Robinson. Great to have you picking with us now. Robinson is going to take the Cardinals, Cubs. Is that the one I had that you guys? Yep, Cardinals, Cubs, over 8.5. Interesting. Very interesting call. Not one that I'm going to do. Here, let me give out some picks since we got that confetti. We've got some work to do, everybody. 4 picks that we're about to drop. And let's start. I'm actually going to see which. Want to make sure. So I will take Cubs on the money line. Not CBS on the money line. I will take Cubs on the money line. I'm going to take the Cardinals plus 1.5. 2 plays I'm taking right away. I'll give out a few more. Padres, Tigers, no run in the first inning. I'm also going to take the Tigers to cover. Just want to make sure. Right now, could I get it at 2.5? If I could, I would. Tigers plus 2.5. It's minus 210. Plus 1.5. So I won't. I don't want to be chalky. Let me keep going. The Orioles. Everybody, if you're not paying attention, the Baltimore Orioles are in first place all by themselves in the American League East. They have been on a phenomenal run. I do think they cover once again today, so I am going to take the Orioles plus 1.5. I do think the Rays win, so I'm going to take the Rays on the money line. Rays are really a 500 team. They lost last night. I expect them to bounce back with Zach Eflin on the mound today. But the Orioles playing such good baseball, I'll take them to cover, so I'm on both sides of that one. I'll give you guys two more picks just to have a lot of fun. Drop a bunch of picks out here. We'll do a lot of player prop bets a little bit later, but I'm going to get some of these early games. There are no early games, but some of these game picks that I've got out of the way. I'm taking the Marlins on the money line. And I'm also going to take the Rockies, Marlins. I'm going to take the under. Just want to make sure I'm getting the under at the best possible number. Right now it's 8.5. Can I get that to 9.5? Of course I can. Minus 175. Love that. So under 9.5. I'd really take it at the 8.5 as well. I kind of feel like I could take this at both spots. So I'm going to. I'll put it up there so you guys can see under the 9.5, under 8.5. I'll double down on this bet. So I actually think those are two good plays. Don't expect a lot of offense in that Rockies-Marlins game. As you guys know, when we get up to 2,000 likes on TikTok Live, we will give out a long ball long shot of the day. When you guys share the channel, we'll give out a player we think is going to get a stolen base. If anybody subscribes, we'll give out a bunch of picks. Mike, great to see you. What's up? Hope you're having a great day. Mike Oxlong, Riley has hit 4 home runs in his last 3 games. He is on fire. I saw that as well. He is someone that, do we have him in a long ball, long shot of the day today? No, we do not. IP Shade 40, it's raining confetti over here. It's raining confetti. There's so much confetti coming down. Oh my, seriously, it is a blizzard of confetti. So we have to drop more picks because there's just so much confetti falling on us right now. I'm sorry, everybody. The only thing we can do to counter all this confetti, IP Shade 45, you are crushing it. So let's keep it rolling. Let's go to Royals, Yankees, yes to a run in the first inning. I'm just dropping picks because IP Shade 45 was dropping confetti. Wow. Yankees on the money line. I am also going to take the Washington Nationals. Actually love this play today. Washington Nationals to cover. What can I get them at? Right now, I would assume it's just 1.5. Plus 1.5. Plus 2.5 is at minus 180. I love this play. Nationals plus 2.5 is one of my favorite plays of the day. I'll just put that out there right now. I think they could win this game outright. I really like the fact I can get this to cover at plus 2.5. I'm not going to put it up here, but I might personally double down on plus 2.5 and plus 1.5. I think this is going to be a close game. Let's keep it going. Let's go to the Guardians. Can I get the Guardians at plus 2.5? I don't expect I can. Guardians plus 1.5. Yeah, that's going to be the best that I'm going to get if it's coming up at minus 160. So I'll take the Guardians at plus 1.5. I'm giving out a lot of underdogs today. I'll take the Mets to cover as well. Mets plus 1.5 against the Red Sox. Cody Senga making his debut against the Red Sox at Fenway Park. Not his debut, but his first appearance ever at Fenway Park. I'm kind of curious to see how he'll pitch, not just against the Red Sox overall, but specifically against Masataka Yoshida with their history in Japan. I am going to take the Red Sox on the money line on this one, though. Cutter Crawford's been pitching much better of late, and I just don't have faith in the Mets offense overall. Red Sox, they're a tough team to understand, but it was a very successful road trip for them, so I expect them to come home. I think they'll win this game tonight, but I think it's going to be a one-run game. Let's keep dropping picks on you guys because IP Shade was dropping that confetti. We will get to your celebrity shot picks, but I want to make sure I give out picks to say thank you for you guys hitting that live goal confetti. Diamondbacks plus 1.5 as well. This is a very easy play for me. They've been playing incredibly well. And the Reds are just, they're a good team. They're still playing well, but there are parts about the Reds right now that are not firing on all cylinders like they were prior to the All-Star break. Diamondbacks, one of the hottest teams in baseball right now, so I really like the Diamondbacks at plus 1.5. Additionally, in that game, I've got 2 more plays. I also like the Diamondbacks, Reds, yes to a run in the first inning. I also like the Diamondbacks and Reds over, and I want to make sure I'm getting this right. It's over 10.5. I want it over at 9.5. 9.5 is at minus 150. Gonna do that. Whew. Can you believe how many picks we just dropped, everybody? Dropping a ton of picks on everybody. IP Shade 45, thank you so much for all the confetti. We have more picks to give out, so don't worry. But that's a lot of picks to drop on everybody to start the show. So a good place to start. Mike Oxlong, looks like you've got a celebrity shot pick, so let's get Mike Oxlong's celebrity shot pick up on the board. Again, if anybody wants to play along at home and get your celebrity shot pick up on the board and a part of our July contest, make sure you write in the comment section my celebrity shot or my celebrity pick, and we'll take care of you. Austin Riley over half a hit. We'll see if that's available. Shohei Ohtani over half a hit. We'll see if that's available. Do our research on both of those right now because I like both of those plays. So let's talk about some player prop bets now that we've dropped a lot of game picks. Once again, if you guys want to be a part of our mock draft that we're doing at 1:30 today, we're going to do in about an hour and 15 minutes. Hit me up on Instagram, Fumble Sports on Instagram, or go over to our YouTube page, watch the show there, and we will give out a pick. We will give out the link, rather. Let's go to Austin Riley over half a hit. It's available. It's not even chalky. Minus 195. Just looking at my notes to see if there's any reason to not take him. In fact, there's reason to take him. He actually has good numbers against the starting pitcher he'll be facing. Freddie Peralta, lifetime, 400 average, so 2 for 5. We're definitely going to take it. He's been red hot of late. Definitely one that we are also going to tail. It is not chalky, everybody, so this is a good one to take. If you're looking for a good play at home, Austin Riley over half a hit. This is a good play. Good find by Mike Oxlong. Nice job. Also brought up Shohei Ohtani. Shohei is pitching tonight. We love when Shohei Ohtani pitches because he's usually good for a home run. We will take it. It is chalky at minus 210, but we are going to take the Shohei Ohtani over half a hit. And we're not just going to take that. We are also going to get started with our long ball long shots of the day. Shohei Ohtani. We are taking him to go yard tonight. Probability on that, 24%. You could get it at plus 320. So Shohei Ohtani, like him to go yard. I like him on a hit. I like him on a home run. Hits, runs, RBIs, I like that too. Minus 120, 55% implied probability. 8 of the last 10 games this has hit. We are all about Shohei, especially when he pitches. Seems like when he pitches, that's when some of his best offensive performances actually occur. So Shohei Ohtani over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go Shohei. Jorge is going to jump on that Shohei Ohtani over half a hit play. Jorge is 1-2-0 day away from winning our celebrity shot contest for the month of July. And by the way, boxes out Mike Oxlong a little bit. Not that that's why he was doing it, but Shohei Ohtani over half a hit. That seems like a very snug, very safe play. Mike Oxlong shared the channel, so we also have a stolen base pick to give out. I just want to get to some of these celebrity shot picks. IP Shade 45, thank you so much. We appreciate the support. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for dropping all that confetti on us. Macy Toru has some celebrity shot picks to drop as well. Macy Toru. Oh, let's make sure we get that name right. And going with the Braves and Mariners on the money line. Braves on the money line and Mariners on the money line. Okay. Let's get Mike Oxlong. We had yours. Shohei Ohtani. Tyler, we do like the over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Tyler, let us know if you want that to be your celebrity shot pick. Logan Thomas over half a hit. Logan Thomas? Or are you thinking of Lane Thomas? If you're thinking of Lane Thomas, let me know. If it's Logan Thomas, I don't know a Logan Thomas. So Joe Warren, let me know on that one. Yeah, Lane Thomas, perfect. Jake, yo, what's good? So Mike also wants Lane Thomas on over half a hit. Can we get Lane Thomas on over half a hit? Yes, we can. Chalky, but we're doing it. So Mike Oxlong, sorry. It was Joe Warren who wanted that. So let's get Joe Warren is taking Lane Thomas over half a hit. Just want to check it really quick. Looks like a good play. Great implied probability. He has been slumping a little bit of late. Now, the starting pitching matchup against Alex Wood, he has great numbers. Lane Thomas has great numbers, so this is a good play. Nice find. Over half a hit. Leg of a parlay, but still doing it. That's Lane Thomas over half a hit. I feel like that's a very good play as well. Good history. I know he's been slumping, but like the history that's provided. So good find there. I know we have a couple shares, so let's get some stolen base picks out today. I don't have a ton of stolen base picks actually to give out. So because of that, every time we get shares today, I'll also give out players I think who get a strikeout. So we'll try to find ways to give out picks every time you guys share the channel. Do want to give out a stolen base pick though. Mookie Betts. Now, Mookie Betts, I actually like, I'm going to make this a double. I like Mookie Betts to hit a home run today as well. I think he's just going to rake against Andrew Heaney today. So I'll take Mookie Betts on a number of different plays. I'll take Mookie Betts on over half a stolen base. 13% implied probability, plus 670. Again, make it a quarter of a bet. Make it a tenth of a bet. You don't have to put a lot of money on it. Just a way that you can turn a little bit of money, maybe into some plus money. Additionally, over half a home run, feel really strongly about this one. 23% implied probability, plus 330. This one, feel really good about it. Additionally, can I get him on over half a hit? Ridiculously, I can at minus 210. Oh my goodness. So let's get Mookie Betts up here. Mookie Betts over half a hit. It is a leg of a parlay. But let's keep it going because we're not done yet. Can we get to 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs? You know we can. Minus 130. Really strong play. So I am all about Mookie Betts today. As you can tell, he is someone that I would have in fantasy. He's someone that I would have bets on. Love the matchup that he has today. Jorge is asking Shohei Ohtani, 5.5 strikeouts for Shohei. Let's just look at what the line is set at for Shohei Ohtani on strikeouts. It's set at 7.5, 57% implied probability against Pittsburgh. I actually think this is a strong play. First of all, I kind of like it at the 7.5. If you can get it at the 5.5, I absolutely would take it. So Jorge, that's a strong play. Really strong. Joe Warren's also going to take Anthony Santander over half a hit as well. Joe Warren coming up with some smart plays. So let's get Anthony Santander over half a hit. And let's look at Anthony Santander doing our research using Outlier, a great sports betting tool. Great for data. Over half a hit is what we're looking for. Over half a hit is minus 200. Really nice play. Good find. 8 out of the last 10. Really like that. The only issue I have would have been on the pitcher, but here's the thing. He hit Zach Eflin well. So like that as well. Nothing to complain about with this one at minus 200. I am tailing this one. That's Anthony Santander over half a hit. Really nice find. It is technically the leg of a parlay, so we'll tack on the symbol right there. But boy, are we giving out some good picks to start the show, and want to give a shout out to all of you guys because you guys are bringing up some really good research, some good plays of your own. We have another celebrity shot pick to get on the board. Tyler is going to go with Shohei Ohtani over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. So you are on the board. Nice call, Tyler. Mike Oxlong, appreciate you sharing the channel a little while ago. Jake. Looks like Jake wants a celebrity shot pick. Jake is going to go with Kyle Schwarber over half a home run. Okay, you are on the board, Jake. playing along. Jorge shared the channel as well. So we'll give out another stolen base pick. Tyler is also taking Mookie Betts over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. By the way, Tyler recovering from some surgery, so everybody show some love, send some well wishes, send some well wishes and some good thoughts to Tyler's way. Hopefully our good energy helps you out and feels a little better. Oh, did you want Andrew Velasquez instead? I might have gotten Mookie Betts' pick wrong. Andrew Velasquez, did you want that one over half a hit? It's not a great play, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. If you want to take the over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, kind of an interesting play there. Let us know which one you like. The over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs is an interesting play, so let us know which one you're about, Tyler. Oh, Mookie was just a question? Yeah, okay. So let's get Andrew Velasquez up there. Now, this looks like a really strong play right now, at least in terms of the implied probability and the trend. So I'm going to tail on this one as well. That's Andrew Velasquez over half a hit, plus run, plus RBI. Nice find by Tyler. Certainly not one that I had prior to the show. Not one that I could possibly take credit for. So a great find by you. I'll tail on this. Over half a hit, plus a run, plus an RBI. Very nice call by Tyler. Joe Warren, nice job cashing on Arenado last night. Way to go. Love hearing about the success that you guys have. Let's check out Nolan Arenado tonight. According to the research that I did prior to the show, he has had good stats against the starting pitcher that he'll be facing tonight, Justin Steele. Not surprised by that in the righty-lefty matchup. Hits, over half a hit is available. It is almost too chalky. Almost too chalky for me. I'm going to take it because it's something I wanted prior to the show, but I would not recommend this unless you are putting it into the leg of a parlay, and I mean a bunch of them. Okay, let's also look at 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I like this as well. 7 out of the last 10 games, 4 out of the last 5. Good implied probability, good matchup against the pitcher. So Nolan Arenado over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs is a play that I like as well. So that's another one. That, by the way, that's a player again. I do my research prior to the show on hitters that have a really good matchup against certain pitchers. Hitters that strike out frequently against the pitcher they'll be facing. So, Arenado, Goldie, both have good stats. You're exactly right on, Jorge. So let's also go to Paul Goldschmidt as well. You're exactly right. You guys are doing good research. You're doing good work on your own. Paul Goldschmidt over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I would take this one. I think the heart of the order is going to do well for the Cardinals. As you can tell, I have the Cubs winning, but I like the Cardinals on the money line. Or Cardinals to cover, rather. Goldschmidt over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. And additionally, I think it's the heart of the order that's going to do the damage tonight. The heart of the order that does the damage for the Cardinals. Can I get Goldschmidt on over half a hit? If I can, I'll take it, but I cannot. So it's the 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs for me. Can I check his stats against this starting pitcher? Just in case you guys were curious how he's done against Justin Steele. Lifetime, 13 at-bats since 2013. He has a .385 average with 1 home run and 3 RBIs. So really good number. Hits him really well. Yeah, Jorge hitting the nail right on the head squarely. So that's a really good find as well. Again, if you guys have questions, if you have comments, make sure you throw them into our comment section. We are here to help you guys out, engage with you guys, give you guys a lot of good picks. We gave out a ton of picks to start the show. We still have more picks to give out. Every time we hit that live goal confetti, we give out a ton of picks. Of course, if you guys follow and subscribe, we will give out picks as well. Luis Robert, let's check out him on over half a hit. Luis Robert, over half a hit. This is a strong, strong play. 9 out of the last 10. However, starting pitching matchup against Joe Ryan, Luis Robert is 0 for 3 lifetime with a couple of strikeouts. So just something to be aware of. That's why it may not be as good a play at minus 200. I understand why you may want to take it. It's actually not one that I'm going to take today, though. Funny enough, I think this is where his solid run could maybe have a dirt patch, so to speak. So I would be wary of it today. Again, for all of you guys joining us, we will be doing a fantasy football mock draft in about 1 hour. Actually, in exactly 1 hour, we will do a fantasy football mock draft. So if you guys want to be a part of that, make sure you hit us up on Instagram, Fumble Sports on Instagram, Fumble Sports on Instagram. If you hit us up, we will send you that link. So if you guys want to be a part of that, just hit us up, DM us on Instagram, Fumble Sports, or you can go to YouTube. The link should be pinned in our YouTube live, so you can get it there. So, if anybody wants to be a part of that, we've already put a couple people onto that link. Let's see if anyone's claimed a team so far. I got to claim one myself. I always claim the last spot just to make it nice on everybody. So as you can tell, we've got some spots to fill. So if you want to be part of our mock draft in exactly 1 hour, let us know. Just wanted to quickly welcome you guys into our show. We have a lot to get into. You guys have been sharing the channel. You guys have been hitting that like button. We appreciate it. We will give out home run picks, stolen base picks, player prop bets for strikeouts, walks allowed, hits, runs, RBIs, as well as some MLB game picks and WNBA picks. We have a lot to do, everybody. But I also want to encourage you guys, if you want to be a part of this amazing community, always feel like you can reach out to us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, no matter the platform. Fumble Sports is here for you. We're a sports content company created by a sports fan for sports fans. So if you love talking sports, you've come to the right place. We're live every single day at 12 p.m. Eastern time. So I hope you join us every single day. Hit that follow button. Hit that like button. We love engaging with you guys every single day. Okay, let's get to some more of our research. Yandy Diaz is absolutely someone that I'm about today. Yandy Diaz and Randy Arozarena are a couple players that we definitely like. Let's start with Yandy Diaz. Can I get him on over half a hit? No. Can I get him on hits, runs, RBIs? Yes, I can. Oh, Dante, sorry I missed your celebrity shot pick. My bad on Dante. Dante has some good celebrity shot picks as well, so I don't want to forget those. My bad, Dante. Thanks so much for catching me on that. Let's get Dante up on the big board. And Dante is going to take Ranger Suarez over 1.5 walks. And he's also going to take Max Kepler on over half a strikeout. I love Max Kepler on over half a strikeout. I love that play. That is one of my favorite plays, actually, of the day. It's amazing that you found that one. Let's go check that out after Yandy Diaz. Over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs for Yandy Diaz. He has great numbers against this starting pitcher. It's been a good trend of late. Against Kyle Bradish in his career, Yandy Diaz, 9 at-bats, 444 average, so this is one that I'm all about. I would absolutely jump on board with this one. So Yandy Diaz, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I'm going to take this as well. And the question that was posed a moment ago was about Max Kepler on over half a strikeout. It wasn't a question, it was a celebrity shot pick. But I want to throw it up here and do some research around it. Over half a strikeout. This is a great play, everybody. I know the data. He struck out 7 of the last 10 games, but most importantly, against the starting pitcher that he's going to be facing, Lance Lynn, Max Kepler sucks. Let's just put it bluntly. An 0.63 batting average. The strikeout percentage I wish was a tick higher, but I certainly like him to strike out tonight, so I will take Max Kepler on a strikeout as well. That's Max Kepler over half a strikeout. And again, the reason I love this play, everyone, is I'm getting it at minus 155. Between the recent trends and his stats against this pitcher, I really like this one. Now, can I also get him on under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. The over is the better implied probability. I'm leaning towards the under. I'm not going to take it. I'm just telling you guys, you could get this at minus 110. This is a guy who sucks against the starting pitcher. So unless he's having a good performance against the bullpen, I think there could be a good opportunity there. Top Dog is really alerting us to something. Top Dog, you have your 2 celebrity shot picks already, but Top Dog is insisting that we look at Joe Ryan on over 1.5 walks allowed. If that's available, I would agree we have to take it. Walks allowed, Joe Ryan, it is over half. You have to take this. Minus 225. Yes, I would take it. Isn't what I had prior to the show, but Joe Ryan over half a walk allowed. I would take that. Good call. Good find. Top Dog, we appreciate it. Let me give out some more stolen base picks because you guys have been sharing the channel. I'm going to give out all the players I think are going to get a stolen base right now. And then I'm going to give out some more long ball, long shots of the day because you guys have been hitting that like button. Willie Castro is going to be the next player that I like to get a stolen base. Let me shoot on over to stolen base picks. Willie Castro, 20% implied probability on the over half a stolen base. Pretty good of late getting those swiped bags, plus 400 on the trend. So like it there. Would I take him on over half a base if I could? Yes, and I'll take it. So I'll also take Willie Castro over half a base. Additionally, let's keep it going. Michael Taylor is someone that I like on a stolen base today. Going over to stolen bases, looking at Michael Taylor. Not available. Okay, got to go with someone else. This is actually the last stolen base pick that I have. I only had so many because I actually don't really like the pitchers today when it comes to having people steal against them. Tony Kemp's the last one, having him swipe a bag. Tony Kemp. Again, you could get that at plus 475, 17% implied probability. Can I get him on over half a base? Yep, and I'm going to take that. 80% implied, 62% implied probability. It's cashed in 8 of the last 10. Minus 165 is what I'm going to take it. So Tony Kemp, over half a base. There you go, everybody. So we've given out a bunch of picks already. We've got home run picks to give out as well, so we'll drop a couple of those. Randy Arozarena is absolutely someone I like. Elliot, if you want to be a part of our mock draft, we're going to be doing a mock draft at 1:30, so a little less than an hour from now. Make sure you want to hit us up on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Hit that, or rather DM us on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. I'll send out some of those links. Let's see, has anyone else claimed? Still waiting on some people to claim a team. So if you guys want to be in this mock draft in about an hour, little less, 50 minutes, make sure you hit us up. DM us on Instagram. We will do that at 1:30 Eastern, everybody. 1:30 Eastern time. We will do that mock draft. It's only an 8-man mock draft today. We're going to do an 8-man snake mock draft league. Randy Arozarena. Let's get to Randy Arozarena. He's someone I really like today. Randy Arozarena. Over half a hit's available. Jump at it. Minus 200. Jumping at this. I'll put him next to his teammate so it's easier for me to find it later. Randy Arozarena. Over half a hit. This is a no-brainer. It is a leg of a parlay, but it is a no-brainer. We're getting some good parlay legs today, if I can say. Let's also look at 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I take this as well. It just has great numbers against the starting pitcher. Outstanding numbers against the starting pitcher. That's why I'm taking it. And if you didn't believe me, if you don't know, now you know. Because let's show you against Kyle Bradish. Randy Arozarena, 3 for, his numbers are insane. 2 home runs in just 8 at-bats, a 375 average, owns Kyle Bradish. So I want to make sure I'm jumping all over that. That's Randy Arozarena, minus 135 on over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. So for all those curious, the picks that I have on the board, we have our MLB game picks up top. We have our player prop bets down below. We will put all of these picks on our website, buttfumblesports.com, immediately after our show concludes at 2 o'clock today. So if you go over to our website after 2 o'clock, we'll post all of our picks from the entire show so you don't have to miss a single one. Jorge, you got to DM us. Make sure you DM us, Buttfumble Sports. DM us on Instagram, Buttfumble Sports on Instagram, and we will share that with you. We will share that link so you guys can be a part of our mock draft that we will do in about 50 minutes. In 20 minutes, we will have our Formula One expert join us. Our Formula One expert does a great job of breaking down every race, every week, Hungarian Grand Prix this weekend. So if you guys want some good Formula One breakdown, make sure you join us or continue to join us. We will have him at 1 p.m. today. Additionally, if you guys hit that live goal confetti, we will give out some of our picks. We still have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I still have 14 MLB game picks to give out. I have just 2 WNBA picks, not too many. Additionally, I also have a bunch of long ball long shots of the day. So make sure you're tapping that screen. Everyone watching on TikTok Live, make sure you tap that screen. Let's get that like button way up. Let's drop a ton of home run picks. I have already given out 2 home run picks today. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still have 6 home run picks to give out. So make sure you're hitting that, tapping that screen. Yep, Cubs and Cardinals starts early. It's a 2:20 game. Your Central Time, Joe Warren. So yeah, if we're just looking at the schedule in baseball for today, let's go look at covers so we could just check out the schedule for today's games. First one is that Cubs-Cardinals game. Because it's Wrigley Field, that nice tradition of Friday games being in the sunshine. So there you see the Cubs and Cardinals start at 2:20. Rockies and Marlins is at 6:40. Also at 6:40 today is that Padres and Tigers game, as well as the Orioles and the Rays. Then we get into the 7:05 action. Giants at Nationals, Royals at the Yankees. Diamondbacks at the Reds should be a really entertaining game. Looking forward to watching that. Mets at the Red Sox. I'm sure there are going to be a lot of Met fans at Fenway Park for that game. Rangers, Suarez, and Gavin Williams go off in a Phillies-Guardians game. Dodgers and Rangers goes off at 8 o'clock, the first of the 8 o'clock games. Also at the 8 o'clock window, White Sox at Twins, Braves at Brewers, and then the night games, the late games, Pirates at Angels, Astros at A's, and Blue Jays finally at the Mariners at 10:10 tonight. So that is the MLB schedule for tonight. There's only one WNBA game tonight, so we do have 2 picks for the WNBA. Tyler, Dodgers plus 1.5 seems very easy. I'm right there with you. I'll put that one up here. I know we haven't gotten any confetti since IP Shade 45 left the chat, but I will take the Dodgers to cover tonight. Dodgers plus 1.5. I'm right there with you. It's just money I want to be taking. It's minus 185, but I like this one. I will take Dodgers plus 1.5. Additionally, I will also take in that game Dodgers, Rangers, yes to a run in the first inning. So I also throw that one up there on the big board. Again, we've got a ton of picks to still give out. Player prop bets, game picks. So make sure you're hitting the confetti. Make sure you're tapping the screen. Ahmed Rosario over half a hit. He's got good numbers against the starting pitcher he'll be facing tonight. So let's look at Ahmed Rosario. If we can get him on over half a hit, I absolutely would take it. Ahmed Rosario, but it's 1.5. 1.5. Hits, runs, RBIs is 1.5 as well. This is the better play. 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Again, against Ranger Suarez, he has good numbers lifetime. So I would jump on this one. Ahmed Rosario over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Boom. There you go. Tito's Full Send has some celebrity shot picks. Let's get Tito's Full Send up on the board. If you guys want to share your picks with us, just write in the comment section, my celebrity shot or my celebrity pick, just like Tito's Full Send did. Rays plus 1.5. Very interesting alternative line. I kind of like that play. Tito's Full Send, that's some smart play right there. Also, Padres, Tigers, under 10.5. Really love these plays. Nice job by Tito's Full Send. Really endorse those. Good find by Tito's Full Send. A couple of good plays for you guys. Good find. Let's look at James Outman. James Outman. Checking him out on over half a hit. Not a great implied probability. Has been a decent trend of late. How about the starting pitching matchup? It's a lefty-lefty matchup for him. How has he done against lefties this year? He does have a 3.03 average against lefties, so not terrible. I'm not necessarily recommending it, Tyler. It's not a bad play. I'm leaning towards it. I don't know if I want to put it on my board just yet. He's been good on the road. You definitely caught my interest with this one. If I could get over half a total base, I'd take it. I'll take the over half a total base. Over half a base, minus 115. I'll do that. It's not one that I expected to take, but I will take it. Let's put it here. James Outman, over half a base. Good find. Good find by Tyler. Nice job. Jeff McNeil, someone else that we're being asked about. Let's look at Jeff McNeil. Hits, runs, RBIs. Good on the over, 62% on the over. Has been struggling of late against right-handed pitching. Man, you must know something I don't, because this has a really high implied probability. There's no data to back it up, but Jorge must be onto something here. High implied probability on this one. I'm not going to take it, but there must be something to this play involving Jeff McNeil against the Red Sox and Cutter Crawford. Maybe he's really good against cutters. That's not a pun. Cutter Crawford actually does throw a cutter. So maybe that's a good one. Oh, it's James Paxton? I thought it was Carl Crawford. Cutter Crawford, rather. Interesting. So Covers has it as Cutter Crawford. You're telling me it's James Paxton. Let's see. Who comes up? I'm not seeing James Paxton. I am seeing Cutter Crawford. I think Cutter Crawford's pitching tonight. I don't think it's James Paxton. I think it's Carl Crawford. Or Cutter Crawford, once again. Getting that wrong. Cutter Crawford. Thank you. Thanks, Jorge. Glad we sorted that out. Okay, let's do some more work, everybody. Let's give out some more hitter plays that we like. Elias Diaz. Can I get him on over half a hit? Yes, I can. Yes, I will. Elias Diaz over half a hit. I'm going to rip through a bunch of these right now. Players with good history against the pitcher they'll be facing. Over half a hit is not a leg of a parlay at minus 185. Let's rip through a bunch of these right now. Javi Baez. Over half a hit. A little chalky, minus 230. I am going to take it because I can get the minus 230. So Javier Baez, over half a hit. Could I get him on over half a base? No. Over half a hit. Let's keep going. We did Randy Arozarena. We did Yandy Diaz, but we have not done Luke Raley. Luke Raley, over half a hit. Again, not chalky at minus 165, but again, a reason you need to be on different sports books. FanDuel, which have been good on over half a hit with the last couple of players we looked at, not good odds on Luke Raley. Meanwhile, it's BetMGM that actually is the best for minus 165. So let's take Luke Raley. We'll put him up near his teammates. Hopefully that gives good karma to it. Luke Raley over half a hit. And it's not a leg of a parlay. So even better. Let's keep going on these over half a hit plays. Next one I'm going to look at is going to be Ryan Mountcastle. Not showing up, so not available. Let's go Joey Votto. Over half a hit, definitely taking that at minus 160. Love this play. Joey Votto, over half a hit. Let's keep it going. Next one I'm going to go to is going to be Nick Ahmed. Not available. Let's go to the next one. Max Muncy. Over half a hit, minus 145. Taking it. Max Muncy, over half a hit. By the way, we have some breaking news in the NFL. The Baltimore Ravens have signed the running back Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon, the running back. Unfortunately, not Dalvin Cook if you were a Ravens fan, but you do get Melvin Gordon. At least it's somebody. Okay. Who else do we like for over half a hit? I'll save him because we like him on a home run, so I'll save him. Let's go to Jesse Winker. If you want players I think are going to hit a home run, make sure you're tapping that screen every time we hit 2,000 likes. We'll give out a long ball, long shot of the day. Jesse Winker over half a hit we like. And just a few more of these. Teoscar Hernandez. Can we get him on over half a hit? Yes, we can. It is a leg of a parlay, unfortunately. And finally, last one for these over half a hit plays, at least for the moment, Tyler France over half a hit. It is the leg of a parlay. That's a leg of a parlay, and that's a leg of a parlay. Can I get Masataka Yoshida? Probably not. It's 1.5. Masataka Yoshida over 1.5 bases. Masataka Yoshida over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. No. Just curious about the matchup that he had against Cody Senga. Anyways, we just did a bunch of player prop bets, everybody. So, hope you enjoyed that. Tyler, Aaron Hicks does have good numbers. I'm just not taking it. He does have good numbers against the starting pitcher. I just don't trust him. Jorge, we were so thinking alike, you already knew I was going to Teoscar Hernandez. Tyler, you like Freddie Peralta. Tyler, you've already got your 2 celebrity shot picks up on the board. But Tyler giving out some good info on Freddie Peralta over 2.5 earned runs. Tito's full send. Did you see my celebrity shot picks? Tito's full send. We did. And we got him up on the board. Bing bong. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Randy Arozarena over half a hit, Jorge. Jorge is 1 2-0 day away. Over half a hit. Jorge has 18 celebrity shot picks correct for the month of July. The first to 20 wins our contest. So Jorge, with a 2-0 day, claims the win and the free t-shirt and bragging rights. What more could you want in this world? If you guys want to be a part of our mock draft in about 35 minutes, make sure that you hit us up on Instagram. DM us on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. We already do have one person who claimed their spot in our mock draft. If you guys want to be a part of the mock draft, make sure you hit us up on Instagram or go over to our YouTube page, Butt Fumble Sports. The link is posted on our YouTube Live. If you want to be a part of this mock draft at 1:30 p.m., 1:30 p.m. Eastern, make sure you DM us, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram, DM us there. Additionally, we will do a mock draft almost every day, so if you guys want to be a part of it, just reach out. If you're watching the show after the fact and you see me say this, make sure you DM us on Instagram. You can be a part of the mock draft tomorrow. Appreciate you guys joining us. Mike Torres, Marlins -1.5. They are going to kill this kid from AAA. Good call. Good call by Mike Torres. Mike Torres, do you want that to be your celebrity shot pick? Feel like you do, so let's get it up on the board for you. Marlins -1.5. There you go. Everyone's asking now about who are they facing. TBD on this. Let's see. Do we have any data? Do we know who's pitching? It's Lambert. It's Lambert. There you see. 6.29 ERA. So it is not Connor Siebold. Yep, Mike Torres is exactly right. Exactly right. Mike Torres, nice job. Good job doing the research. Good job finding a good play. So yes, that is a really strong play. I already had the Marlins up here on a money line play. I do like the under in that game. I'm just saying I do like the under in that game overall. But I think you're onto something here, taking the Marlins -1.5. I could see that being a 5-1 game, maybe a 5-2 game. Yo, I totally agree with you, Mike Torres. The Miami Marlins aren't getting enough attention. I actually did want to rant about this for one quick second. I'll leave up the picks so you guys can see all the picks that we've given out so far. But the Baltimore Orioles have been on fire. Not enough people are talking about the Orioles now that they're in first place. The Miami Marlins are absolutely in contention for a National League wildcard spot, and not enough people are talking about them. They have some great plays. Yeah, let's go check out some Miami Marlin players. Here's the only problem. I don't think they're going to be on the board. Oh, maybe they are. Jorge Soler, over half a hit. Lampert is a right-handed pitcher, so maybe we don't want him. Against right-handed pitching this year, who are the best hitters in this Miami Marlins lineup? Not surprised. Luis Ariz at the top of the lineup. Not too many hitters have great numbers. Soler maybe on a home run, but Luis Ariz is probably the only player that I'd actually take. Luis Ariz, I might take the over 1.5 hits if I'm being honest. I'm going to do this. Don't tail me on this. I'm telling you right now, don't tail me on this. But I'm going to do this. Luis Ariz, over 1.5 hits. I never do this. It's at plus money. I'm going to take that. Plus money at plus 150. I'm going to do it. Over half a single. I'll take that as well. Luis Ariz, over half a single. It is a leg of a parlay play. So there's a couple of picks for you. Over half a run is very interesting. Over half a run is very interesting for Luis Ariz. I don't know if I would take it, but it's an interesting play at at even money. At straight even money. Yeah, Jorge Soler might be a nice home run play. Just bet on the Cardinals to win the NL Central. They are on fire and will be buying next week. You think they're going to be buyers? I think they might be sellers. Interesting that you're saying that. I don't know if I agree with that bet. Let's just put it this way. For the odds, not bad to maybe put a unit down on it, but very interesting, YA Tittle. Very interesting. We have our NASCAR Formula One expert is just about to call in. So if you guys want any more of our picks, we'll give those out at the conclusion of that interview. So again, we will be giving out more picks. If you guys want to participate in our mock draft, we are going to do a fantasy football mock draft. DM us on Instagram. Make sure you hit us up on Instagram. That's Fumble Sports on Instagram. I just saw Joe Warren wants to be a part of it. Joe Warren, guess what's coming your way? A link for the mock draft. So make sure that you guys hit us up on Instagram, Fumble Sports on Instagram, and we will send you that link. And now, as promised, we have our Formula One expert joining the show. Want to shout him out. He does a great job for us every week, giving us all the storylines, giving us all the notes that we need to focus on. Nick Rodecap. You could check him out on Twitter at Nick Rodecap, NickRodecap. Does a brilliant job for us. And by the way, just a great sports fan, does a great job covering sports all over the place. Nick, how you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for asking. How are you?
Oh, just fine. Hope you're enjoying your Friday and have a great weekend ahead. I'm really excited about the race this upcoming Sunday at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Give us some thoughts specifically at first about this track. What makes it unique? What do we need to know about the track and what it offers?
Sure. The Hungaroring, as it's known, is a very narrow track. It's very difficult to pass on. It's kind of like Monaco in that regard. Now, it's a bit wider than Monaco, but it's difficult to pass on, and there are a lot of low and medium speed corners here. Historically, it's been very hot in Hungary, which can cause problems for some teams with tires and warm-up and getting their cars acclimated. In other respects, it's a track where a lot of drivers pick up their first wins, actually. Two that come to mind: Esteban Ocon back in 2021 won his first and so far only race in Hungary. And Daniel Ricciardo, who I'm sure we'll get to, won his first career race there in 2014.
Now, you talk about the heat. Specifically, you talk about it impacting the tires. What can teams do to try to remedy that? Or is it just kind of the luck of, do your tires hold up over the course of the race?
Well, I think they'll just have to alter their strategy a little bit. I think there are some tire compounds that handle the heat better than others. And it'll be interesting to see where that plays into which tires are best suited to the track. It could be a case where, for instance, teams will altogether avoid, say, the hard tire because it just doesn't work with the temperatures and with the track. It just does not perform. Now, we saw that last year, and Ferrari put a driver on the hard tire anyway, and it cost them the race. But really, it can just be a toss-up. There are teams that warm up the tires better than other teams. There are some teams that, when the tires get too hot, their cars just don't perform. So it's kind of a toss-up.
Now, who are some of the drivers that you think are going to thrive at the Hungarian Grand Prix?
I want to start with Fernando Alonso. Fernando has been phenomenal for Aston Martin this season. A lot of people were questioning his move, but it seems to have paid off so far. There's a parallel that I drew in my preview between Hungary and Monaco when it comes to a track where Fernando is best suited. The Aston Martin was very good at Monaco. Fernando finished second in that race. He talked about it in the press conference yesterday. He feels like this is a track that is good for him. And Fernando doesn't usually talk himself up. He's very honest. And I think that Fernando and Aston Martin, they need a rebound. I think this is the weekend that they start to pick things back up again.
Give me another name that we should have our eye on, other than maybe Max Verstappen and Fernando.
Sure. I think George Russell also. I haven't been very high on him lately. But if we go back to last year, qualifying was in the rain. He picked up pole position in that qualifying session in a Mercedes that really nobody thought was anywhere close to being ready to perform at a high level. This year, we're looking at rainy conditions. We saw them today in practice, and we'll probably see them again in qualifying. I don't think George Russell will take pole, but I think he'll bring his Mercedes into perhaps that top 5 range. And I think Lewis Hamilton will also be up there too, because Lewis is a phenomenal driver, just like Alonso is, especially in the wet.
Who are some drivers that we expect to struggle this upcoming Sunday?
I think both McLaren drivers, Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, through no fault of their own, but because their car does not handle heat well. They may qualify well because qualifying is predicted to have some changeable conditions. But race day, it's going to be in the mid to upper 80s. It's going to be sunny. The McLaren does not handle heat well. In the last few races in Austria and Great Britain, clouds were present on race day. The temperatures were down, and that was what allowed McLaren to have so much success. This weekend, I don't think we're going to see that when it matters, when the points are on offer, and I think McLaren's going to take a step back from the phenomenal run that they've had over the last couple weekends.
Now, the question I have now for you is kind of a macro question. That is, where is the drama right now in Formula One? There is such a gap between Max and everybody else right now. It feels like the drama, at least of the season as a whole, has kind of evaporated. Meanwhile, maybe race to race, there's still the excitement of great Formula One action. But in terms of the drama meter, where are we? Are we as low as we've ever been over the last few years?
I don't think so. I think that the drama isn't necessarily at the front of the field. I think we go back to the midfield, and there's a lot of exciting fighting that doesn't necessarily get the coverage that it deserves. Just looking at the results from free practice today, the top 14 drivers were separated by about half a second.
Oh, wow.
And from positions number 8 through 14, they were separated by 0.2. So the midfield, and I've said this off and on all year, it's very difficult to get a reading on the midfield because it's such a toss-up. There are about 4 different teams that can finish in any particular order week to week. You've got McLaren, Alpine, I would throw Ferrari in there, actually, because of how inconsistent they've been, and also Williams, more specifically Alex Albon, because he drives the wheels off his car week to week.
If someone wanted to, besides going to Butt Fumble Sports and reading your articles, learn more about Formula One and become a better, more informed Formula One fan, how would you recommend they go about it?
Well, I think there are a number of actually good accounts on Twitter to follow to learn more about it and just kind of be more in tune. There's a guy on Twitter named Engine Mode 11. His name is Dan. He's an ex-Red Bull systems engineer. And especially with the recent news regarding both Daniel Ricciardo and Sergio Perez, he's provided a lot of insight because he was in Formula One for 6 years and he understands how it works. That's where I would start, is by following him. I think there's also WTF1 used to be good. They're not really that good anymore. The 2 guys who started that have their own thing. I think it's called P1 with Matt and Tommy, something like that. And then also another good follow is Formula Racers on Twitter. They don't necessarily offer anything on their own, but they offer an amalgamation of sources to follow the various storylines. And if you want to dive deeper, then there's always that too.
You want a great follow, make sure you're following Nick, our Formula One analyst and expert, Nick Rodecap. You can find him at NickRodcap. Nick, before I let you go, I know this has nothing to do with Formula One, but how'd you do on your immaculate grid today?
Actually, I haven't played it yet. I got stumped a little bit by the one yesterday. I found that anytime there isn't a former Cub on the grid, I've been stumped. But we've got, looks like, a couple National League West and Central teams on here, so this could be an easier one for me.
How have you tried the immaculate grid for football yet?
Oh, I do not know my football players as well as I thought I did, I will admit. I'm most strictly confined to the AFC South because I'm a Colts fan, and when I have to kind of broaden beyond that, I don't tend to do too well, unfortunately.
Well, I love checking you out on Twitter and seeing how your immaculate grid does every day, at least for baseball, because I know you're a great baseball fan. That said, Nick also, like I said, does a brilliant job for us every single week, bringing us great storylines around Formula One, informing us how to be smarter, how to be kind of more in tune with what's going on in Formula One, and he joins us for this interview. Nick, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate the time.
That was our Formula One expert, Nick Rodecap. You can check out that entire interview on YouTube. We will post it immediately after the show is over, but wanted to give you guys just a bit of a preview for the Hungarian Grand Prix that goes off this Sunday. That said, we are here live at Butt Fumble Sports doing our work like we do every single day. We are live every day at 12 p.m. Eastern. Today, like always, we have a 2-hour show. We will be doing a fantasy football mock draft in about 20 minutes. So if you guys want to participate in that mock draft, make sure you DM us, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Make sure you DM us right now. We will send out that link. So for those who want to participate, let's see if we've started to fill up some more spots on there. Still some more spots to be had. So if you want to participate in that mock draft, you can DM us right now, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram, or go to our YouTube page, Butt Fumble Sports, our live stream there. You can check us out, and of course, check out the pinned link, which will take you to our mock draft. Alex, am I a golf guy? I personally am not a golf guy, but we are looking for someone to talk golf. So if you know people, if you yourself are a big golf fanatic, let us know. We would love to have you join the show. We are always looking for sports fans who are really knowledgeable about a sport. Bring us some additional information through the show. Joe Warren, there are certain players I have that kind of relationship with too. I feel like every time I've ever bet Pete Alonso, he goes like not just 0 for 4, he goes like 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. So Pete Alonso is someone that I have kind of a love-hate relationship with. I love him as a player. I hate betting on him. I always feel like the polar bear lets me down. So Joe Warren, Lane Thomas might be your guy he might be your polar bear. We have a ton of picks still to do, a ton of picks still to give out, so make sure you're tapping that screen. Let's tap that screen, everybody. Let's get those likes up. We've got a bunch of home run picks to give out. If you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, never feel neglected. We are here for you guys as well. So if you guys want picks, if you guys need help with your research, if you have long ball, long shots of the day, or celebrity shot picks, whatever you guys need, always feel like it's available to you. No matter the platform, we want to be accessible for all of you guys. What's my early Super Bowl winning pick? The Cincinnati Bengals. 100%. If I had to put money down right today, it would be the Cincinnati Bengals. I love the fact that they addressed their offensive line with Orlando Brown. I think Orlando Brown is the difference maker for the Cincinnati Bengals. That offensive line continues to get better. I think the Chiefs are going to take a slight step back. I just don't think they're going to be as good as they were last year, even with some young talent on defense. But I like the Bengals. That would be my early Super Bowl winning pick, Alex, if I had to go with one today. Okay, let's do some strikeout plays, everybody. Let me give out some long ball, long shots of the day. Joe Warren, appreciate you. Let's do some long ball, long shots of the day. Let's go Giancarlo Stanton to hit a home run today. Giancarlo Stanton to hit a home run. 25% implied probability plus 330 to get a base. Nope. To get a hit. 68%. I'm not going to take it. I'm only taking him to hit a home run. That's the only thing I'm taking Giancarlo Stanton on. Additionally, I will take Christian Walker to hit a home run as well. 22% implied probability. Let me throw Christian Walker up here for a long ball, long shot of the day. 22% implied probability. Let me go over and let's look at over half a hit. Yep, this one I would take. Over half a hit for Christian Walker, I would take. Let me give out another long ball, long shot of the day, just for some fun. Next one I'm going to give out is going to be J.D. Martinez. J.D. Martinez to hit a home run. 20% implied probability, plus 400 on the odds. Let's look at over half a hit. 65% implied probability, minus 185. Definitely taking that. So J.D. Martinez over half a hit as well. Boom. Nice play and not a leg of a parlay. Very nice. Very nice. I have a bunch of player prop bets still to get to with strikeouts, but if you guys need help, with your picks, research, anything like that, let us know. Let's do trivia. How about that? Let's do some trivia, everybody. We have about 15 minutes. Until we do our fantasy football mock draft. So if you guys want to be a part of that mock draft, hit us up on Instagram, DM us on Instagram, Fumble Sports on Instagram. So DM us on IG at Fumble Sports if you want to be in that mock draft. Jorge, Martinez, Ohtani, Muncy. Love it. Only thing I would be worried about, I guess, is, well, I guess it's Muncy on a hit, but I love it. I love it. I think it's a good one, Jorge. Good job. Okay, let's do a trivia question of the day, everybody. Let's do our trivia question of the day. I'll throw it up here. Trivia question of the day. Okay, the trivia question of the day. We're going to go back in the time machine 20 years, entering the 2003 NFL season. Who were the top 5 highest paid players in the NFL? Include the name and the team. So, in 2003, who were the top 5 highest paid players in the NFL? A trivia question for you. Favre in the Packers is one of them. He was number 3. So, trivia question of the day. Number 1, number 2, number 3 was Brett Favre. You got that one right. Brett Favre, Packers. Number 4 and number 5. Is that Jorge who got that? Jorge got that. Jorge got that one right. Nope, not Tom Brady. He was too young. He was on that rookie deal. Not Peyton Manning. Not Corey Dillon. Nope. Who are the top 5 highest paid players in the NFL entering the 2003 season? Elway with the Eli Broncos. I don't even know what that is, Jorge. Let's just put it this way. Nobody on the Broncos. Nobody on the Broncos. So 20 years ago, who were the top 5 highest paid players in the year? Annual highest average salary. Highest annual average salary. I'll put it that way. Highest annual average salary. The highest salary in 2003 per year was $10.333 million. I'm surprised, actually, this question is kind of a stumper for you guys. You guys only have one of them so far. Jeff Garcia for the 49ers? Nope. Nope. Sorry, Trevor. We're doing a daily trivia question. Entering the 2003 season, who are the top 5 highest paid players? Carson Palmer? No. Rodgers? No. 2003. I'm shocked this is stumping you guys. I actually had a couple of these names. You are missing 3 quarterbacks and, believe it or not, a defensive player. Eddie George is not one of them. Ray Lewis is not one of them. Good guess, though. Good guess. I'll give you a hint. The defensive player is number 5. He is paid the least. Ben Barnes is saying Donovan McNabb. Nope, he's not one of them. Not Peyton Manning. Nope. Bolden. No, he's not one. Not Young, not Andre Johnson. Okay, I'll start dropping some hints since you guys are struggling with this. I didn't expect you guys to struggle on number 1. Let's put it this way. Number 1 is considered arguably the most athletic player ever in the NFL. You could argue he was the most athletic player ever in the NFL. and he was a quarterback. I feel like I shouldn't have to say too much more than that. Number 1 was arguably one of the most athletic players to ever play in the NFL, and he was a quarterback in 2003. I feel like I'm giving a pretty good hint on this one. Drew Bledsoe is not the answer for number 1, but he is number 2. Yeah, Drew Bledsoe. Good. There you go. There you go. And it was the Bills. That's Trevor who got that one. Good job, Trevor. Nice job. Joe Warren got it. Michael Vick. That's right. That's right. Michael Vick was the highest paid player at the time by the Falcons. Joe Warren got that one. We still have 2 more to go. Megatron wasn't in the league yet. Even if he was, no. Harley's hilarious, bringing the jokes. Michael Vick, who is number 1, he got paid $10.333 million a year. Number 2 is Drew Bledsoe, believe it or not, at $10.3 million a year. Brett Favre at $10.15 million a year was number 3. At number 4, I'll give you this. Number 4 has been an analyst on CBS. I don't know if he still is, but he has been an analyst on CBS. It's not Peyton Manning. It's not Drew Brees. So number 4, not Chris McAllister. Nope. Number 4 is a quarterback. He played on the West Coast. He played in a Super Bowl. Not Kurt Warner. Nope. He has been an analyst for CBS. Not Trent Green. Oh man, this dude's getting so much disrespect. Joe Warren, you're so close, but the fact that you don't have it goes to show that people have forgotten who he is. So number 5 is a defensive player. I'm shocked that you guys are struggling with these two. I'm going to give these away. You guys ready? I'm going to end it. You guys ready? Final guesses in now. I'm going to give it away. This one, it's Rich Gannon, everybody. It's Rich Gannon. Rich Gannon was the 4th highest paid by the Raiders. Number 5, this is a tough one. LeVar Arrington. LeVar Arrington of at that time, the Washington Redskins. It's now the Washington Commanders. So there you go. Those were the 4 highest paid players in the league 20 years ago. At this time, going into the season 20 years ago, these were the 5 highest paid players by average annual salary. Isn't that crazy? I thought that would be a fun trivia question for you guys. Definitely thought that would be a lot of fun. Not one that a lot of people would get, so good job playing along at home. If you guys want to be in our mock draft, we are going to do a mock draft in 7 minutes, everybody. 7 minutes. If you guys want to be a part of this mock draft, we will be doing that in 7 minutes. Just DM us on Instagram. You guys can be a part of the mock draft. You hit the link. You claim your team. If you guys want to participate in the mock draft we're going to do in 6 minutes, make sure you DM us on Instagram or hit the link that is pinned on our YouTube Live. In the time that we have left, I'm going to give out the rest of my MLB game picks right now. So the remaining MLB game picks that I have, I'm going to take the Twins on the money line. I will take the White Sox and the Twins. Oh, we already have that up there. We have it up here at the top. So I'll cut it here. Cut. And I'll move it down here. So they're together. I will also take the Brewers plus 1.5. I will also take the Braves and Brewers yes to a run in the first inning. If I can get the Brewers plus 2.5, I would take that. I just want to see if I can get it. Brewers plus 2.5. Probably not. No, I can't. So Braves, Brewers, yes to a run in the first inning. Angels on the money line. I will also take the Astros first 5 money line. Astros on the money line. That's a leg of a parlay. And I will take the Astros A's no run in the first inning. Last 2 picks I'll give out for the MLB are going to be Blue Jays, Mariners, no run in the first inning, and I will also take the Mariners on the money line. Those are all of my MLB game picks up on the screen for you guys. So all of my MLB game picks made available for you, all of them up there. Hope you guys are excited about tonight's action. We also have WNBA. I'll give out 2 picks for tonight's WNBA games. Just want to make sure that, again, I'm getting them at the best possible spot. Because with WNBA, we can really make some good alternative lines. So it's Liberty and Mystics. I want to take the Mystics to cover by as much as possible. Mystics, I'll take Mystics plus 13.5. Mystics plus 13.5. I'm also going to take the under. The under, under 190. Or sorry, under 167.5. Liberty, Mystics, under 167.5. So there are 2 WNBA picks as well. Again, we have even more picks to give out, so we're not done yet. But we are doing our fantasy football mock draft in 3 minutes, everybody. So if you guys want to be a part of our fantasy football mock draft, once again, just DM us, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Make sure you DM us there. We will share the link with you. We have a couple more people who have joined the mock draft. Joe Warren's in there. Zoidstein's in there. So if you guys want to get in on this 8-person mock draft, DM us on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Let's quickly look at Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker, over half a hit. Good implied probability. Super chalky. We will start our mock draft in just a few minutes. Appreciate all of those who joined the show. Chris, thank you so much for following. Thank you so much for joining this incredible Butt Fumble Sports community. We've got a ton of picks up on the board for you guys. We'll do a slow scroll through all the picks that we've given out so far. Believe it or not, I still have even more to do. We have strikeouts and walks allowed plays. So hitters who I think are going to strike out and pitchers I think are going to allow who are going to go over their walk total. We'll do that after our mock draft. But here's a slow scroll through all of our picks that we've given out so far in today's show. Where else can you go besides Butt Fumble Sports to get this many picks all in one place, all backed by research? Not one of these picks is like, oh, that's my favorite player, that's my favorite team, I just have a hunch. Every single player is based on data, based on trends, based on information, or on good odds, on odds that are favorable to take, and that's why we put it down. So for all of those watching the show, we do the work so you guys can just watch, enjoy, and hopefully cash a lot of tickets at home. Here's our WNBA picks as well, our long ball long shots of the day, players we think are going to hit a home run, and players we think are going to get a stolen base. We have a few more home run picks to give out a little bit later. Here are your celebrity shot picks as well. Your celebrity shot picks. If you guys want to get your celebrity shot picks up on the board, just write in the comment section, my celebrity shot or my celebrity pick, and we will get it on the screen. Now, that said, it is 1:30, everybody. Appreciate all of you guys joining us. But Fumble Sports does a mock draft almost every single day as we prepare for the start of the NFL season and, of course, your fantasy football drafts. If you are a fantasy football owner, make sure you hit us up on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Kick, But Fumble Sports. Every single day we're going to do a mock draft. Make sure you follow us. Make sure you subscribe. Reach out to us. If you want to participate in the mock draft, make sure you DM us, But Fumble Sports on Instagram or Sports Fumble on Twitter. With that said, we have a mock draft to do today that is going to be an eight-team mock draft. Let me reduce the size of this just a little bit so you guys can see all the players up on the screen, all of the people picking. Joe Warren will be going first. Andrew is in here going third. Zoidstein will be 4. Goat77 will be 6th. And I will be going last. However, we are going to mix up the order, everybody. We are going to randomize the order. So just because you claim the spot doesn't mean necessarily that's where you're going. We are going to do a PPR league. It is a snake draft. PPR league, 8 teams. Everybody gets 60 seconds to make their pick. The draft order, we're going to randomize it right now. Zoidstein will be going first. But Fumble Sports will be third. Joe Warren will be 4th. Andrew, Goat77, they'll be going on the rear. Everybody, hope you enjoy our mock draft. And away we go. The mock draft is now live. Zoidstein, you are on the clock with the first pick of our 8-team mock draft. Again, this is a PPR today. Justin Jefferson is the first pick. I have the first running back. I love Austin Eckler. I'm going to take him number 1. Absolutely. So Austin Eckler, first pick for me. Joe Warren, you are now on the clock. Yeah, sorry about that, Jorge. Jorge got last pick. Yeah, tough. Sorry about it, Jorge. But that's not bad. I actually think, especially in an 8-team league, it's actually nice to have that whip around where you can go back-to-back. Joe Warren, we're waiting on your pick. And Joe Warren went with Travis Kelce. Very interesting. Team 5 did us the favor of going with Cooper Kupp. Jamar Chase went 6. Andrew is on the clock. Goes with Stephon Diggs. Interesting play. And Jorge is now on the clock with his first pick and the final pick of the first round in an 8-team mock draft in a PPR league. He goes Tyreek Hill first. Very interesting. A run on wide receiver for all of those fantasy owners who are using this mock draft as maybe a way of reading the tea leaves for your own draft. Already a run on wide receiver. Very surprised by that. Not surprised that then there's a run on running back. Andrew with a very nice pick of Bijan Robinson. Jorge is banking on Saquon Barkley being available. Patrick Mahomes, the first quarterback taken. You could tell Team 5's on the auto draft with Cooper Kupp and Patrick Mahomes coming off the board at 1-2. Still, probably not, still a great team, but Joe Warren has a tight end. Joe Warren has a wide receiver. And Joe Warren did me the favor, because if you're saying I can have a draft in my first 2 picks where I can have Austin Eckler and Nick Chubb, I'll just tell you, yes, I will take that every single time. My running backs, I have 2 number 1 running backs, loaded. And by the way, with how the draft is going to whip around here, I probably could load up on another running back. So Zoidstein goes with Derrick Henry, strong pick. But I could have 3 running backs and be loaded at probably the hardest position to have depth. Maybe I want my wide receiver, but I certainly love the fact that that running back came so easy to me in this draft. Josh Jacobs, Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson's going to end up being a good pick, mark my words. Now, I have the option of A.J. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jalen Waddle. I do feel like A.J. Brown might come back to the pack just a little bit this year. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I'm really high on. Jalen Waddle, I'm high on as well. Just want to show the tight end position as well. Mark Andrews, not going to go with Mark Andrews. I feel like I can get value at the tight end position a little bit later. I know Joe Warren went with that pick a little bit earlier. And at quarterback, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow. I'm going to wait until probably the next 2 rounds to go after tight end, go after quarterback. So for now, it's between running back and wide receiver. I'm going to go with A.J. Brown. I'm not going to overthink this one. Just a stud of a wide receiver. So A.J. Brown goes for me. That run on wide receiver, I'm happy that happened. I'm glad that I took A.J. Brown when I did. That run on running back happened. Joe Warren went with Jalen Waddle. Nice pick by Joe Warren. I'm curious, Joe Warren, would you have selected A.J. Brown if I hadn't taken him? Just kind of curious. Andrew is now on the clock. Andrew with some good first picks with Stephon Diggs and Bijan Robinson, and then goes George Kittle. Andrew has a really good team at different positions so far, so really strong. By the way, love what Jorge just did, going after Ramondre Stevenson and Jahmyr Gibbs. Love those two. You just took... I would have taken one of those two guys if you hadn't. Love those picks that you just made. So I think Jorge's building a really strong team, like the team Drew is building as well. I actually feel like these teams that are... When you're in an 8-team league, I actually think you're better served drafting 7 and 8 than you are at 1 or 2. I actually think it's better for you. So the tight end position, once again, moves as Mark Andrews is taken off the board at tight end. Hawkinson's available. I actually really like Hawkinson. I need the tight end. I am going to take him. So Hawkinson maybe isn't one that I expected to take this early. I would have waited an extra round, but the run on tight end had me a little bit worried. Running back is still maybe a position of need for some of those out there. Travis Etienne, a good pick. Najee Harris, a good pick. Don't have my quarterback yet. Living a bit on the edge with that. Joe Burrow has been taken. I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar Jackson has an MVP caliber year, so very happy about that. Najee Harris comes off the board. Olave off the board. Walker off the board. Now we're back to Andrew. Andrew goes Justin Fields. Andrew's building a dynamic team. Really like what Andrew's building. Banking on Justin Fields having a good year, but a really solid team. When you have Fields... Your running backs are Robinson and Pollard, Diggs, and then Kittle, really solid. Justin Herbert comes off the board, and then Etienne. Great pick. I actually think that Jorge probably has maybe one of the best teams. He's got 4 running backs, and all of them are good. Really strong in developing that depth at the running back position. You'll never hear me argue against that. Really good play. So now we've had a bit of a run on wide receiver. Kind of happy about that a little bit, because they didn't take Calvin Ridley, and I'm really high on Calvin Ridley. So easy for me for my second wide receiver. I love my team. Lamar Jackson, Eckler and Chubb, and now I've got Brown and Ridley to then go with Hawkinson. I feel like my team is very balanced, really strong. That's how it should be in an 8-team league. If you're in an 8-team league and you don't feel like you have balance, you did something wrong. Speaking of balance, finally, Zoidstein got his tight end, Dallas Goedert. Now he's on the turnaround. Aaron Jones, McLaurin, and Butt Fumble Sports is back on the clock. At wide receiver, no one I really like. Let's look back at running back. J.K. Dobbins, definitely someone I'd be interested in. Dameon Pierce, actually, is someone that I might actually... Dameon Pierce is where I'm going to go, believe it or not. I think he could have a decent year, and especially kind of taking it as a flyer, a fill-in player for my 2 running backs. I like this play. For the moment, he would be my flex. I ultimately think he just provides good depth. So Dameon Pierce will be my running back. James Conner, Dobbins go next. Miles Sanders follows, so a run on running back. Glad I took a running back when I did, given how the rest of the round played out. Now we have Andrew and Jorge. Andrew goes with Brandon Ayuk. Wide receiver position might be a bit of a problem outside of Diggs for Andrew. Hopkins and Ayuk. Some question marks there either about the quarterback or just the situation in general. Jorge takes Amari Cooper. Jorge, I actually think, has the best team right now. If I had to give a grade, I'd say Jorge is an A+. I think Barkley was the only risky play, and he complemented that with having so much depth at running back. I give a lot of credit to Jorge. I think he did a really good job. Yeah, Jorge, I think you made a really smart decision. If you're going to go with Barkley, get the depth. And you got Freiermuth. Tight end's a deep enough position where taking him, not a bad play at all. Andrew, as you can see, went with Diggs, then Robinson, Kittle, Pollard, Fields, and has gone back-to-back at the wide receiver position. But frankly, I'm not crazy about the wide receivers that he went with. Curious to know if he goes back to that well, if he tries to build out some of the depth at the running back position, with Pollard coming off an injury, Bijan Robinson being a rookie. Andrew might want to get some depth at the running back position, and he did. DeAndre Swift, that's a smart play. By the way, Joe Warren waited as long as he did in this draft and got Trevor Lawrence. That's a sign to you. If you're in an 8-man league, you don't need to reach on quarterbacks, because you could get a Trevor Lawrence in the 8th round. That is a steal to go along with the picks that you have already. Okay, now it's my turn on the clock. I'm curious about Drake London. He's not someone I'm throwing away necessarily. Running back position, Madison kind of has my eye. I'm interested in him, but not enough. Dalvin Cook, where does he land? I think for me, the only other thing I would do, and I'm going to jump on it now, I'm going to take Pacheco because I don't want someone to take him in the next couple of picks. There are some other players I could get at other positions, but wanted to take that Pacheco play right away. Drew, how do I feel about Kincaid and Darnell Washington? Love them both as players. When it comes to fantasy, Kincaid is the only one that I actually really like. Darnell Washington, not as much. Not from a fantasy standpoint. So Zoidstein went Godwin and then Madison. Good play. By the way, Team 2 went with Kyle Pitts. Another quarterback and tight end. You can wait on those. If you want to wait, I know I took them in the 4th and 5th round, but if you want to wait, you could get Trevor Lawrence and Kyle Pitts late in the draft. Speaking of the wide receiver position, I am going to get some depth there, but first, I probably need to address wide receiver. So, like I mentioned a moment ago, I will go with Drake London. It's a bit of a risk. I'm not crazy about the play, but I'm going to take it. It's just a bit of a flyer. I need some depth there, so I will take Drake London. Dalvin Cook, Cam Akers, and Mike Williams off the board. Now we have 2 human pickers, with Andrew and Jorge making the next 4 consecutive picks. Very curious. These guys have done a really good job on their draft. Wow. Andrew went a little early, I think, with the Eagles' defense. I'm curious to know if now there's going to be a run on defense. I think that would still be a little bit early for me. I wouldn't go with defense just yet. Jackson Smith and Jigba. Jorge's having the best draft, everybody. Even I love my team. I think Jorge's team is the best one so far. Has built a really strong squad. Really strong. So Jorge, nice job. Jamal Williams is a good backup. Good TD producer. So I think Jorge is really on to something. Let's see if Andrew goes kicker and just wants to fill out his roster right now. I know a few fantasy owners who like to do that. They like to build in their like number 1 squad right away. They'll just take picks as they come. We are doing an 8-team fantasy football mock draft. Yeah, defense in the 9th round is a bit of a reach for me. I agree, Jorge. There are too many other positions of need. There's too much depth you need, so that's why I wasn't. But if you love the Eagles, you know, if you love a certain team, if you love a certain player. If this were an auction draft, I would feel differently. An auction draft, I would probably jump right in on somebody. So Pittman, Brown go next, 1-2. Very happy about that because I don't like either one. White then goes. And Joe Warren is now on the clock. Joe Warren with a good team, but a bunch of guys where it's like you don't quite know which way they're going to go. Alvin Kamara very much fit the bill for that one. Okay, I want to continue to build some depth at the wide receiver position. I feel like that's an area where I'm weak. So I will take Christian Kirk. Like my team from a depth perspective, really think it's a bit top-heavy on the top 2 running backs and wide receiver. I think Jorge probably has the best team. I probably put myself second. Zoidstein's got a good team. Very interesting what Zoidstein's built. I actually think Zoidstein's team is better than people would probably think. I'm back on the clock, so I need to actually focus now. I have 4 running backs. Do I want a 5th? I'll take Brian Robinson just to secure as much running back depth as possible, but not necessarily somebody I needed. Just felt like, really like him on the Washington Commanders. Felt like I could get another running back. Just add it. There's no harm in taking 5 running backs. I'm never gonna have a problem with that, especially when I feel like the running backs that I get are productive. Evans and Johnson came off the board. So a run on wide receiver there. Beckham, the run on wide receiver continues. Jorge about to make his pick. Waller fell. Just keep note of that. Darren Waller could be a steal. Quentin Johnston. By the way, I love that Jorge's taking some chances on rookie wide receivers. I think that's a really good idea. Really good idea. And then Jorge takes the 49ers defense. Now is an appropriate time to start looking at defense. That was a good call. Good call to take the 49ers. So the 49ers and Eagles are off the board. That's a good play. That's really strong. Being able to... I think Jorge's built the best team right now. I would put myself at second. I'd probably put Joe Warren at third. And by the way, if you guys want to participate in our fantasy football mock drafts every day, make sure you hit us up on Instagram. That's Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Joe Warren has a tight end. What does Joe Warren need? Oh, he went back to the tight end with Njoku. Not crazy about this. I'm going to take the Jets defense. I'm not crazy about it, though. I don't like it. I don't like getting the Jets defense. Final 3 rounds of the draft. Final 3 rounds of the draft. And I can... Zoidstein got the Bills defense. I'm going to double down on defenses, believe it or not. I'm going to double down on defenses. And I am also going to take the Cowboys defense. I'm doubling down on defenses. I want 2. Since I didn't get one of the top defenses, I'm actually willing to take 2 and play them in rotation. Since I didn't get the Eagles or the 49ers, the 2 defenses I want, I feel like I just got 2 top 5 defenses, and I've kind of boxed out everyone else who's picking. So Joe Warren, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I felt like other people would like the Jets or the Cowboys. I kind of box others out. I can play the 2 of them in tandem. Again, if you're in an 8-team league and you feel like you have a really strong squad, really strong bench, maybe adding a second defense isn't the worst thing. Joe Warren, I could tell you were pissed off about that, so glad I did that, but you got your Steelers, so there you go. By the way, look at where Deshaun Watson just went. Deshaun Watson just went in the 13th round. So there's quarterbacks that could be taken late in the draft, running backs, wide receivers, and top-end tight ends. Those are the positions of most need, of greatest value. Tony, oh man, Jorge, you took a ton of players that I like. I thought Jorge won this draft. You did a great job. Cole Kmet, another player that I love. Jorge, bravo. Thought you did a brilliant job on this draft, Jorge. Really nice job. Showing Joe, Warren, Andrew, Zoidstein, myself, and Jorge on the board. Tito's full send. Yes, we do have J.D. Martinez on a home run. Yes, we do. Concluding this mock draft and then getting back to our game picks. So if you're still waiting around for our game picks, don't worry, we're getting to them. Tito's full send. You're right on it. Andrew goes with Michael Thomas. Then we have a run-on kicker. Not surprised that the run-on kicker has started. A little surprised, actually, that Jorge didn't go kicker. I thought Cole Kmet, you could have waited on that, frankly. You could have found another tight end in the final round. Interesting that you're waiting until last on kicker. We'll see if Joe Warren goes kicker or to add some depth to the team. Another running back, another wide receiver. Where will Joe Warren go? I sit on deck. And you're going Jared Goff. Good backup quarterback play. I am going to go with my kicker. I am going to go... By the way, Tucker came off the board by Andrew. Didn't even see that play earlier. So that run on kicker. Man, tough spot. I'm going to take Elliott. I'll take Jake Elliott. I'm not crazy about it, but I'll take him just because I like the Eagles' offense. Zoidstein. He needs a kicker out of these next two picks, at least one of them. Still Tyler Bass on the board, probably the best one. By the way, Brandon McManus isn't bad either. Brandon McManus now with Jacksonville, that's not a bad pick for somebody. Jorge, I could see Jorge taking that pick. I can see Jorge taking Brandon McManus, getting a great kicker with a good offense. Jorge, if you do that, I would officially crown you the king of this mock draft. I know you got a bunch of rookies, but I like that play. Okay, I need a backup quarterback. I'm going to take Tua. What a good backup quarterback. So, Joe Warren's final pick of this 8-man mock draft. This is a PPR league mock draft, an 8-man snake draft. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to participate in our mock drafts, we will do one almost every day. Just DM us, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. That's Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Andrew's final pick is Pirine, and Jorge's final pick is, wouldn't you know, Brandon McManus. I knew it, Jorge. Love the draft you just had. Let's look at the teams. Zoidstein. Let's look at these teams really quick. Zoidstein went Justin Jefferson, then doubled up on running back, T. Higgins, Burrow. So a little bit loaded on the Cincinnati offense, but not a bad thing. Running backs, you might have some issues. Those are guys who have a lot of tread on the tire, but a lot of big brand names. Did get some good depth at running back, I thought. Wide receiver, the depth really isn't there. Waited a little too late maybe to go after the wide receiver position. Tight ends are okay. Feel like they're pretty good in terms of depth. I probably, with Goddard, would have gone towards a wide receiver there, maybe another running back. You could have waited on a tight end, given that Goddard, he's good, but he's not great. Decent team overall by Zoidstein. Looking at Team 2. Oh, apparently I can't show Team 2 because it's an auto draft. But Team 2, Garrett, I think the combination of Devontae Adams and Wilson, along with Devontae Smith, really loaded up on wide receiver. So, clearly a team a lot of us are going to be trading with. Do I actually think there's going to be a team that drafts that many wide receivers that early? No. One of the reasons that a mock draft with a computer can kind of throw things off. As for how we did, I loved getting Eckler and Chubb 1-2. To get A.J. Brown as well. Probably reached a little early on the tight end position. I was feeling a little bit of pressure. Hawkinson, I definitely put in that tier of Kelsey and Andrews. Maybe even better than Kittle as someone to target at tight end. Probably reached a little early on that just because I thought there might be a run on the tight end position. There wasn't. That's good knowledge to take away from this. I was a one-man run, so because of that, I'll probably wait till later, maybe like the 6th, 7th round to go after my tight end. Lamar Jackson, happy I got him where I did. Thought that he easily could have been taken in the first 4 rounds, so happy I got him at 5. Calvin Ridley, I think, could be a steal. I actually think Drake London was a really good pick to build out some depth at wide receiver. Overall, wasn't happy with maybe the final 5 rounds of the draft. Got away from me a little bit. I had to double down on defense just because I didn't get the defense I really wanted in the Eagles and the 49ers. Looking at Joe Warren, Travis Kelce, Lamb, Waddle, Metcalf, you can't go wrong with that group. The only issue is probably Tua's health, but overall, that's a really strong group. Running back is just weak. Running back's weak with Najee Harris and Connor. You're relying on 2 running backs who can have good games, but they're kind of power backs. You're kind of banking on touchdowns with them. Really not crazy about it. You don't know where Dalvin Cook's going to be. Alvin Kamara, not the same runner as he was the last few years. Joe Warren, I feel like you might have been able to go after a running back. You went really heavy on the wide receiver. I get it. It's 2 wide receivers and a flex. But overall, I feel like you probably needed a running back in those first 4 picks. So I do think that was a bit of a miss by Joe Warren. Team 5, Cooper Kupp, Mahomes, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Mark Andrews. It ended up being a really good first half of the draft, but again, weak on the running back position. Team 6, I actually think Team 6 had a really strong draft. Chase, love that in the first round. Then Taylor, Hurts, Hall, and Walker. Wow. Great running backs. You still have maybe arguably the best wide receiver in the draft, maybe the best quarterback in the draft. So I love what the auto draft for Team 6 did. They waited on Evan Ingram. They got the Patriots defense. Might be not a great pick given that they're in the AFC East, but I actually think that Team 6 did a pretty good job. Let's look at Andrew now. Andrew started really strong. Diggs, Robinson, Kittle, and Pollard. Also Justin Fields. Really love where he started. Hopkins and Ayuk is where it kind of fell off for me. DeAndre Swift, you probably could have gotten another running back in this spot with Hopkins. Maybe ETN being picked right after. That would have been a spot to maybe take it. So anyways, Hopkins and Ayuk, just not quite the combo I would have gone with there. Wide receiver, I don't feel like you ever figured out after Diggs. You're just kind of searching for guys who are all kind of like tier 3 or 4, not necessarily tier 2. Went a little early with the defense, went a little early on the kicker, but if you got the 2 guys you like, you can't argue with it. But overall, I think you're strong in your starters, you're weaker in your bench. So something to keep note of, Andrew. And finally, Jorge. I love Jorge's draft. I am not going to sugarcoat it. Thought Jorge did really well. The only question early was Barkley, but you can't argue it when you got the depth of Stevenson, Gibbs, and ETN all backing him up. So if he sits week 1, no problem there. As for wide receiver, you got Tyreek Hill. Love that. You got Amari Cooper. I like that. Additionally, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Quentin Johnston, feel like those are really strong. Oh, and Kadarius Toney as a throwaway sleeper pick. Great play. Great steal. Thought that was a really good play thought that was a really good pick by Jorge. Cole Kmet and Freiermuth, they're kind of the same player. They're going to give you good production, maybe a touchdown, every third week or so, but definitely a safety valve for younger quarterbacks. So I actually really like that. And Brandon McManus, absolutely a good pick. Think that's a steal. So Jorge did a really good job in this draft, got a good defense, good kicker. I think Jorge probably was my favorite team in terms of the draft. I think Jorge probably comes out number 1. I feel good about my team at number 2. And I think it's probably a toss-up between Team 6, Joe Warren, and Andrew probably for 3rd. Zoidstein's not far behind either. So anyways, that was our mock draft for today, Friday, July 21st. If you guys want to participate in our mock drafts, we will have one almost every single day. Just DM us on Instagram. That's Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Let me get us back to our overall MLB game picks, our daily sports betting show. We have more picks to give out, so if you have picks, if you have plays that you want up on the board, let us know. Do I like Randy Arozarena on a home run? I'm not taking him on a home run, but I don't dislike it. He has great numbers against the starting pitcher that he's facing, so I could see him hit a home run. I do have 5 players up there on a home run right now. I'll throw 2 more up there right now. 2 more. Corbin Carroll is going to be a player I like on a home run. Corbin Carroll to hit a home run. 23% implied probability plus 330. Can I get him on 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs? No. 1.5 bases, not a great play. I'll take him on over half a run. Over half a run's the safest play. Corbin Carroll over half a run. Additionally, one more home run pick for you. It's Nick Castellanos. Nick Castellanos. So let's get Nick Castellanos up here on the board to hit a home run. 15% implied probability plus 560 to hit the home run. Over half a hit, no. Hits, runs, RBIs, 1.5. I will take it. So Nick Castellanos over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Okay, we have a lot of work still to do remaining in the show. Here are all of our MLB game picks right here on the screen. So if you want all of our MLB game picks, here they are right here. They're all up on the screen for you. Picks, so we'll get Arctic Tiger up there. We will do our reverse engineering. We will also give out players we think are going to get strikeouts. So everybody, don't go anywhere. We've got a lot of work we're about to do. I'm going to put Arctic Tiger celebrity shot picks on the board. That's Arctic Tiger. Arctic Tiger is taking Juan Soto over half a home run. And Arctic Tiger is also taking Tauchman. Mike Tauchman over half a home run. Okay, we have reverse engineering to do, everybody. We've got some reverse engineering work to do. So everybody get ready. We're gonna do strikeouts first. These are gonna be players we think are gonna get a strikeout, okay? So everybody, let's get ready. We're gonna do players I think are gonna get a strikeout today. How do we do this? We go to spatters, strikeouts. We're going for the over, and we only care about half a strikeout. We only care about half a strikeout. By the way, Cody Bellinger is where we're starting. Over half a strikeout, taking it. Leg of a parlay. Next one. CJ Cron. It's 1.5, don't do it. Next one. Austin Hayes. Over half, leg of a parlay, taking it. Next one. I don't think he's going to play, but if he does, Austin Barnes, no, he's not in there. Next one's going to be Christian Vasquez, probably not playing. Oh, is he? Over half a strikeout, definitely take this. Christian Vasquez over half a strikeout. Love that play. That's a favorite. Next one's going to be, did we do Max I thought we did Max Kepler already. Yeah, and I mentioned how much I love that play. So Max Kepler is up there already. Next one is Andrew Vaughn. Not available. Jake Berger, over half a strikeout, not available. Next one is going to be Ronald Acuna Jr. Ronald Acuna Jr. to strike out could actually be a good play today, everybody. It's a little too chalky for me at minus 250, but this actually is a good play given the pitcher he's facing. Let's go to Ozzie Albies. Half a strikeout. Ozzie Albies, I'm taking it. Ozzie Albies is someone also I considered for under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Under 1.5. So something to consider. Just putting it out there. Let's go back to strikeouts, though. Still doing players I think could strike out today. Is Eddie Rosario in the lineup? Yes, he is. Too chalky. How about Orlando Arcia? Minus 215, I'll take it. Next one. Only a few more left. 3 more. Carlos Santana. Over half a strikeout, yeah. Leg of a parlay. 2 more. G-Man Choi. Not available. Last one. Seth Brown. Not available. So those are all the players we think are going to strike out today. Add Max Kepler to that group. What do I think about? I think Messi will score tonight. How much longer in the show? We are going to wrap up. We're going to do our reverse engineering right now, everybody. Final picks of the day. We're going to do reverse engineering on walks allowed, and then we're going to wrap the show. So final walks allowed over Shohei Ohtani. Walks allowed. Yep, Shohei Ohtani over 1.5 walks allowed. That's one. Joe Ryan we put up there. Lance Lynn. Over 1.5 walks allowed. Reese Olson. Not going to take it, but a good implied probability. Tommy Henry, yes. Tommy Henry. Over 1.5 walks allowed. Jake Irvin. Yep, taking him as well. Jake Irvin. Over 1.5 walks allowed. Anyone else? Alec Marsh, not going to take it. Oviedo. Good trend. Johan Oviedo over. Another good play. Kyle Bradish, 1.5. Decent trend. On the road, taking it. Wow. A lot of picks we've thrown up on the board. Alex Wood, Tony Gonsolin. Alex Wood on the road. Hit or miss. Tony Gonsolin had been consistent on the road. Pretty consistent. I'll take Tony Gonsolin. Believe it or not, everybody, that's it. Those are all the picks that we have today. That is all of our picks for the show. We will do one giant slow scroll through all of the picks that we have today. We gave out a ton of picks today. This might be the most picks we've ever given out in a show. There's a possibility. So a ton of picks. If you missed any of it, we will post all of our picks to our website. All of our picks will be up on buttfumblesports.com in a matter of minutes. But let's do our slow scroll right now, everybody. Here we go. So here are all of our MLB game picks. MLB game picks up on the board right now. There they are, all up there for you. All of our MLB game picks on your screen. Slow scroll. All the MLB game picks. If you missed any of them, we will put them on our website, buttfumblesports.com, in a matter of minutes. Not only do we have MLB game picks, but we obviously have player prop bets as well. Those are coming up on your screen. So if you guys love playing MLB player prop bets, here they come. And again, all of these will be posted onto our website, buttfumblesports.com. If you missed any part of the show, we will post the entire show on our website and on our YouTube page, buttfumblesports.com and buttfumblesports on YouTube. You can find the entire show. We interviewed our NASCAR analyst and expert who gave us some great insight into the Hungarian Grand Prix going off this Sunday. You can also find our interview with our NASCAR expert from yesterday, up on our YouTube page as well. Here are our WNBA picks. And our long ball long shots of the day. And our stealing is sharing picks. We don't have too many stealing is sharing picks. Not too many players we thought were going to get a stolen base today. And, of course, your celebrity shots. All the picks that you guys made during our show. If Jorge goes 2-0 today, Jorge will be our celebrity shot winner for the month of July. Appreciate all of you guys joining us every single day. I cannot believe this was such a loaded show. It flew by. Hope you guys enjoyed every single second of it. Want to give a big shout out to the team behind the scenes here at Butt Fumble Sports. To my producer, you do a great job. Really appreciate you and all you do. To all the editors that we have, all the content creators, all the analysts that we have join the show. Thank you guys so much. Of course, want to shout out our amazing audience, Arctic Tiger, Tito's Full Send, IP Shade 45, Deadpool, LRK425, Mike Oxlong, Drew 7382, Jorge, great job on your mock draft today. Boss Lady Murr, Guerra, great to see Guerra back in the show. Chris Cinco, thank you so much for following the channel. Trevor, good job on those trivia questions earlier today. Top Dog, Dante, Kyle, Ben, Jeff, Haley, Mark, have a ton of Harley, obviously. Joe Warren, obviously. Appreciate all of you guys joining us every single day. Now, with that said, it is time to wrap things up, but I do want to say, like I do at the end of every show, I hope you guys stay healthy. I hope you stay safe. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon and evening, and I hope you cash every single possible ticket. We will be back live. We will be back live tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern. We are live every day at 12 p.m. Eastern. So if you love talking sports, if you love betting on sports, make sure you go to buttfumblesports.com. We're going to post all of our picks up on our website right now, and we will see you tomorrow on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Butt Fumble Sports will be live at 12 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So until then, goodbye everybody and have a great day.